All right, we're back. Yeah, that's right.
We are back.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. It's been a minute.
Yes, it has been. And
weird.
today, it's weird. It's
I'm
weird.
here.
You're not in the background now,
I'm not in my
Vic.
corner.
Yeah, now he has to
Now
be
he has to,
out
like,
there in
turn
the front
his-
world.
Yeah, turn
Yeah,
his
so
neck.
this is Victor, if you didn't know him, So
Yeah.
that's him right
I'm
there.
usually in my little dark
Yeah.
void in the corner.
Yeah, but
Not your
today
main character.
we have... Go ahead.
No,
Nothing?
I was just
Nothing. Yeah, I thought you were going to
No, I
be
was
the
saying-
presenting
Oh, I
Cafe
got-
Victoria. 'cause
Okay, yay. So
yeah.
our
You are the
great...
P in PND. So, yeah.
Got it. So
Yeah.
I'm the main one.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
We are happy to be at Cafe Victoria in Riverhead. Thanks to our great friends. They shared their location with us today, and this is the first episode of us traveling. So you might see other locations very soon. But thanks, Alex and Cafe
stuff.
Victoria, for having us here. And yeah, let's roll in. Let's do
Okay,
it.
Okay, so this is PND
Paulina?
and Darylus and Victor. Yeah. I was waiting.
Am I supposed to say
Yeah.
Darylus?
No, I was hoping somebody say and,
like,
but
what?
You're in the middle.
I got
Yeah,
you.
and yeah, so I could cut to you, but okay.
Yeah, we could-
So yeah, we'll just do it like that. That's fine. Yeah.
Natural, as
Yeah,
always.
yeah. But
Let's have
As you
some
know-
updates.
you want to hear updates? I want to just talk about a little Cafe Victoria, how we
Ooh,
even got
okay.
here. So we're here. So yeah. All right, now updates.
No, I mean, I love the shop. I've been coming here very often.
Yeah.
There's a
Since
pickle.
it started, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've been loyal. I play pickleball down the road, like literally a couple blocks over. They have 2 pickleball courts, so
Okay.
every time I play, I come
You pickle
down
them
to get
balls.
a coffee
Okay.
after. Huh?
Yeah, you pickle them balls. Yeah.
I do that too.
Mm. I was about to spit this, but this is too good to do a spit take right now.
That's a special treatment. Let's just be clear over here.
We're gonna get kicked out the first day. Yeah.
First 10
Because
minutes.
there's nobody.
Yeah. Oh, there
Just
you
started.
go.
I was like so stressed. I'm like, oh my god, this is the first time we're in like
Yeah.
public place. I'm gonna have to watch my mouth, and here we are.
Well, that's what I told Victor. I was just like, yo, we I don't know what we can and can't say. We were thinking about bringing you a guest, but I was just like, I don't know if this is rambunctious. This is too much. We got to take it step by
I feel
step.
like if we had a guest, I would definitely be more like controlling myself. But
Really?
since it's back to us three,
It's a-
I feel like
It's a good litmus test. Can it
Yeah.
handle the Paulina and Darylus combination
Oh,
first?
Yeah,
Everything else, then
I
we're
was
good.
I was telling him about nugget porn just yesterday because it was like, oh, what are you gonna talk about? Nugget porn. I just found out about that. Can you give me a guess of what you think nugget porn is?
oh, that's I don't know. My mind is so weird. Nugget porn.
Yeah. What do you think that is?
Nugget porn.
Yeah.
I can think of like weird guys getting like turned off of a woman eating nuggets.
That was a very good guess. That,
Yeah?
That's a very good guess. And what it isn't what it is, but
Oh, okay.
nugget porn is no arms, no legs, people. Yeah. So they're just like, nuggets. There you go.
Wild.
This is why I said it. I love her reactions for this. Yeah. Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
funny. Oh,
Now you know
sorry.
a little bit about the world and how it goes. Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
nugget because I know some guys get like turned on off of like the
Food,
most
yeah.
random
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
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 So I'm like, oh, maybe if I'm eating nuggets, he's just gonna love it.
I'm sure there's somebody about that, but that's not what that
Probably
one
called
is.
something
Yeah,
else.
It's
yeah.
hilarious. Oh my god, I'm literally crying. What's new?
Ooh,
D,
what's
you
new?
start first.
Okay. Well, luckily work has been going good, so
Okay.
I'm gonna be hopefully going to Cabo. So that,
Ooh,
yeah, I might ruin this for myself, but yeah, if you see videos and photos of me in Cabo, you know why? Because of work. Yeah,
I love that for you.
Yeah. You know,
travel.
of course you do,
Action.
and that was segue into something that we talked about before. It's just like, I hate you traveling motherfuckers. I really do. Like hate all day right now.
AKA he hates me,
Yeah,
low key, but
yeah,
he's just not
yeah.
gonna say it.
Yeah, exactly.
But you be traveling now.
Yeah, sometimes, and I hate it. So, like, honestly, I hate going somewhere and then going somewhere else. Like, I hate going in a
It is
car
exhausting
and in a
sometimes.
plane
Yeah.
just to get somewhere and then just be like, oh, now I have to do things. Like why?
You-
Like,
You never
Sometimes
just
people-
travel just to chill?
Right. Like sometimes the
Why would you-
destination is beach and just relaxing. You
Yeah,
don't have to
just-
do.
I don't
active
think I
things.
could ever relax in my life.
mean,
like
same.
I'm in my bed. I'm just like, I gotta do something.
You gotta be
Like,
productive.
yeah.
I'm the same way.
That's
Yeah.
why
But
you always
it's-
got to plan a couple days. Where
Yeah.
like whenever I travel, I always had like the first day.
Mhm.
It's just a hotel day.
Yeah,
It's just we don't go anywhere.
yeah. Just accommodate
like,
yourself.
yeah,
It's
and
so
like,
nice
play.
because
from
you gotta
all the
recover from all the actual,
yeah, to get to the
commuting.
destination.
and
yeah.
then you
yeah,
start to plan out.
God
everything.
forbid you lose your bag. You did that. That happened to you
Oh,
recently
stop.
too.
That's-
That did. That
yeah.
did, that
Yeah,
did.
tell them
That
what
never
happened.
happened to me.
No, I mean I
thank
got
God.
it. Thank Philly and
Okay.
everything like that, but it was just like
No, the airline fucked you.
yeah.
The airline fucked them.
It
It was
really
like
hard.
so I tend to travel for work. You
Mm.
know, I do like different conferences and stuff. This one took me to Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And since I don't book the flights, the client books the flights. Sometimes they want to stick to an airline that they like. So
Mm.
instead of getting me a direct flight,
Oh, because they get points and
they
stuff.
give me a airline that doesn't have a direct flight. So it's like a connection flight. So in this
Yeah.
case, it was American, and
Okay.
so there was no direct to Louisville. So we stopped in Charlotte, and I go. So on my way back, there's that was snowstorm that was a couple weeks
shoot.
ago
Mhm.
hitting New York.
Yeah.
So on my way back, I got to Charlotte, and then I needed a connecting flight to get to New York. They put, we got on the plane and everything, and we took off. And then halfway to New York, you hear on the intercom being like, JFK and LaGuardia are iced over, and we need to turn back because we don't have enough fuel.
Halfway through the flight.
We were like in Jersey. We were like over
Why
Jersey at
can't
this
you
point.
guys just like
Taxi.
land
He didn't
in
have
Jersey?
he didn't have enough to taxi over.
Oh my
And
God, what is that? That's scary.
so they're like, okay, so we got to head back to Charlotte because from what I understand, like all these airports,
Yeah.
they could tell you like we don't have a space for you, so
Right. You
So-
got to go somewhere else.
and the airport you leave has to take you because you came from there. So we went back to Charlotte. We got off. Then they were like transferring our bags and stuff, and like you couldn't get it. And then they threw me on a last second flight. So I'm waiting in this long ass line, right? That you have to do. And I was like talking to him,
Yeah.
telling him,
Yeah.
listen, I'm just in this line. I'm like literally watching shows and stuff.
Damn.
And then out of nowhere, I see a couple people ahead of me randomly. It's like, oh, this plane's about to take off to JFK and there's a few seats open. And then a couple
Okay.
people at the front of the line just bolted. And then I was like, okay. I was like, okay, well, whatever. I helped some guy in front of me who's Brazilian. He was like having a hard time with the lady and
Okay.
helping. And then done. In that exact second I'm done helping him, another guy comes over. Is like, we have another flight going to JFK.
Like,
Just get on.
yeah.
So I hopped on this random flight on an extra seat with my bag still on like whatever they put it on this
I
flight
would
for the
lose
next
my
day.
mind.
So I had to like go and like they had to mail my bag back to the.
How long
to
did
the-
that take?
It's just like it was pretty quick. It was like another day or so. But
And I mean, you were
I had
heading
to, like-
home, so it's different.
I had like equipment in that bag too.
But,
Oh,
But he
no.
forgot to mention the fact that he had to stay over, right?
Yeah, no, it was like literally by the time I
Mm.
left because that flight came in at like 3 a.m.
Oh, okay.
So it was like I was staying over, but like I
Oh,
was
then
still-
you
I
just
see.
do.
yeah, and then I did.
Okay.
That's
cool.
some struggle right there.
Yeah. I mean,
There's
no.
definitely negatives about traveling sometimes, but I don't know. I just feel like it's such a.
I love it personally.
I love it, and you guys do it for work, so you don't even, for the most part, like if you're going for work,
Well,
you're
yeah.
going at no expense if it comes to you, other
Yeah.
than like the time.
But I mean,
that
like
you
you've
put in.
gone out for the
Yeah,
corporate,
for,
for the work
and it's
itself.
like amazing. You
Yeah.
get to see different cultures.
Yeah.
You get to have like a broader
But I think-
perspective on life.
I think what we do for work when we're there versus what you do, like you guys get to enjoy the retreat, right?
Not really. Like
Mm.
through the online business that I've had for 6 years. Like when you go on, like yes, they do send us on trips that are mainly like relaxing trips, but you still do content. So like you guys do professional content, I do an influencer content. So like I still take a lot of videos, I still take a lot of pictures. It's content like between planning the outfits, between finding locations where you have a good setting, like lighting, backdrops, like all that stuff. I still do it from like not as professional point of view like you guys do, but it's still work. Like I don't just lay my ass on the beach or
So is everybody doing that during
Yeah.
the same time?
Yeah.
So it's like, is it competition? Because then like
no.
you're
So everybody has their own, even though we work for the same brand, we are our own entities in
Yeah.
a way.
You're independent.
So, people follow me for certain like let's say I have a different perspective on life. Like I impact their lives by being just who I am. So because they like who I am as a person, they purchase the same product that they would purchase from someone else, but they're purchasing it from me because they like who I am as a person versus them, for instance, right?
So these trips is like the company investing in you. So they're distributors. You really
Yes.
have access to a prime location
Yes.
to mass produce content for all
Yes.
your individual pages.
Do I have to? No.
No.
But should I? Yes, because I just earn a fully paid for all-inclusive trip through the company that I've partnered up with 5 years ago. And yeah, why wouldn't I post about it? Like, I want other girls to come with me on that trip next time. You know, I want to impact other lives. I want them to get to where I am, you know? Like, it is, I would say, like, people who thrive in my industry are people who are, have like a humanitarian nature, like wanting to provide something to others and helping them be where you are. But yeah, so those trips are not really like chill trips, but I do take a lot of vacation. Yeah, just to have balance, life-work balance.
Has
feel
anybody
similar
just
to
come
us.
in with like their own video crew?
On those trips,
Yeah.
yeah. So Monate as a company has their own videographers and photographers, so they come and do
Well, I
like
meant more just like you guys, like
Any of the distributors come in with an additional crew for
No.
themselves.
I mean, they do have, for instance, like there's a lot of market partners, it's called, like distributors in our world is market partners. They do they date like photographers, so like their boyfriend will come and take all the content. I'm not kidding, like they will come and take the content for
love
them.
that.
yeah, I don't know if that's like really. I feel like that's just selling yourself at that point more than dating somebody.
I feel like in that
No, I'm-
industry though, couples is a very like popular thing. Like couples, because I
They
see
do
the
it
same
together.
with the client that I work with.
Yeah.
Because they're a similar industry.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of couples tag team in
It's
the
honestly
business.
more powerful when you have another person running the business with you.
It's like a selling point because it's like it also helps you with your relationship. You guys
It
are
does.
building something together.
Yeah, but I have not seen someone like bringing a photographer
Like
with
paid
them.
for,
But
yeah.
I could, like, because I mean, you would have to pay for your, let's say, like,
The
if I were
photographer.
to bring you
The
to
hotel
my
room,
trip,
the
I would
plane
pay for your
ticket.
flight. They're not gonna cover it.
The
You know what I
hotel
mean?
room and all
The
that.
hotel room, you would stay with me.
Oh, okay.
If you're comfortable with it.
Yeah,
We would
yeah.
just get 2 separate beds, obviously. But you know, you would have
One for
accommodation.
each cheek. I get it. Yeah. I'd still be on the
Yes,
ground.
they
Yeah.
That's what the sofa's for.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so you could still come and
Yeah.
do the content for someone. Yeah, not that I know of anybody, but it's
Makes
allowed.
sense. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna have you guys definitely do my wedding one day, and I'm gonna have you. So I recently
I
got
feel
into
offended at that point.
why.
Why would I want to do your wedding?
Well, at that point, you don't have to be. I'm saying, like, as a company,
No,
you're
no,
gonna
no.
have people.
Good.
You know,
Oh,
you're
oh,
coming
yeah,
to my
yeah.
wedding.
I
and
was
you're
just about to
You
say,
said
Oh,
this
my
was about-
bad.
Yeah, I want
I'm
you
gonna
guys
make you the
behind
work.
the camera.
You're not a
no.
guest.
Yeah,
You're not a
like-
guest.
I
Don't enjoy the wedding.
apologize.
No.
Yo,
You're
this is
gonna be.
what we're treated as
Put the
friends.
word.
Oh my God,
Now we know where
no.
we're at.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, it did sound like that. No, that's not what I meant.
No.
Let me
No,
clarify.
it was-
You're coming as guests, but your worker's gonna
Okay,
come
fair.
It was
and
funny. I was
get
just
paid
at
for
a
it.
wedding
Yeah.
who the bride and groom are musicians in a wedding band.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of their friends are professional musicians who work weddings and events constantly, right? And I went there with my wife, and we had a great time, great
Yeah.
wedding, awesome time. But the funny thing is, she very innocently asked, "It's like, oh, there's so many great musicians here. I can't wait to hear. Like, are they all gonna play a song?" It's like,
No.
I'm like. It's 50-50. I mean, if they really wanted to play,
They
sure,
could, yeah.
maybe. But I think most of them since it's their full-time jobs, I don't think they want to work on this day or make any of their friends work. And it's just like, and it's just like, oh, I never thought of it that way, I guess. And then, you know what it was? It was a DJ in a room full of pro musicians, and everyone loved it.
See, but I would like leave it up to my friends, and I would be like, hey guys, I think if each of you, let's say, perform a song, you don't have to, but if you did, like, this would
Yeah.
have been like the best wedding ever.
Well,
you know?
performing a song is also different than playing the whole wedding.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, if you
Because
have
these
10,
guys are in professional bands that play the whole wedding.
Wow.
Like, there's no DJ at the wedding.
Okay,
ceremony.
okay,
They
okay.
are the DJ.
that's sick.
Yeah.
See, like, so speaking about music, I recently revisited my passion for singing. So I've gotten myself into singing lessons.
Okay.
So long story short, I would love to find a band eventually and do like gigs on the side. So that's like my little
Nice.
goal. Like for my wedding, for instance, like I know people are gonna want me to sing like at least 1 or 2 songs, and even though it's my wedding, I feel like that would be like a cherry on top of the cake, just because it would make it more personal.
Awesome.
And I don't know, I just feel
I
like
mean, hey, and as a singer,
it's
you
your
have
moment.
way more options to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with the DJ, you know.
yeah. And so yeah, speaking of you guys and Vision Maker Productions, you guys going to be
She nailed our name. Good job.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
obviously I know what did I mess it up before?
No,
no,
you're good. We're
Most
just
people
teasing.
mess it
We're
up.
just
Like,
teasing.
Vision
I was like, did
Maker.
I
Vision makers.
Yeah.
Vision makers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to have you guys. So that's down the road if it happens and when.
Man, listen, I'm sure you'll find somebody,
Yeah.
you know?
Let's say when.
Yeah,
When it happens.
exactly.
When I like that.
Yeah.
But finishing up, I guess, about the traveling, you wanted to say like something about, I remember.
Oh, why do you hate
like-
travel people
yeah.
so much?
Actually, you articulated it way better than I could, honestly, because it was like a splinter in my finger, and I just couldn't figure out why these people piss me off so much. But like you do, just like where I guess they can't find joy. I think you said it better. They can't find joy in the place that they're at, regardless of where it is in
they
the world.
seek traveling as an escape from their own reality instead of as an addition to their life and
Right.
something to enjoy. They're like so obsessed with the concept of traveling because they're like, I just need to escape. All my
need to go
happiness,
somewhere.
it relies on traveling.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And it's super inflated because of social media. But it's not true.
Like, and then like the fact that they're just like, it's not Dubai or it's not like, you know, like some foreign, like beautiful exotic land.
Or go backpacking across Europe.
Yeah. Then it's just like,
That's cool.
it's not traveling. Like then they just put down anything less as not traveling. It's just like just going somewhere. But like you can find such specialness in anywhere you go.
Yeah.
And that's where I just like, I have to fault these people and just like bring them back a little bit. Just like, yo,
Down to earth,
like,
yeah.
I doubt most people haven't explored their immediate areas.
Yeah.
And I mean like not just your town, but like your surrounding areas.
Yes.
Like you anywhere you live, you definitely have some form of park within some form of drivable distance. And when I say drivable, I know some people are like, it's not within an hour, so it's not drivable. It's like, no. You can drive 2-3 hours for a good spot. Almost anywhere.
I've heard the best things about upstate New York, and I still haven't really explored that area, you know? But let's just say, like, I do agree with you with travel bloggers, especially when they're like, oh, you know, if you're miserable here, just go take a trip. You're going to feel better. Yeah, it's a temporary fix. It definitely helps boost up your mood for a moment, but deep inside, like, happiness has to focus on your internal feelings and your self-love, gratitude. Practicing those two automatically are going to make you grateful for where you are in life and like as a location and life in general. I can definitely be an example of the person who used to kind of run away to, you know, I take a million trips a year just because I love to be around different cultures and different types of people and explore different cuisines and stuff, but also just like, I'm like, I have a lot going on in my location where I live at. So let me just like
take a break.
Yeah.
Same with like going through a breakup. Like I must have gone skiing 25 times last season because I was like, guess what? I don't have to think about it. I'm just going to do what I love. Right. But at the end of the day, fall and winter came around. You guys know how it is here. Like the seasonal depression hits us and you're just sitting there like, well, my last year flew like this and I didn't do anything about my healing journey. I still feel like shit.
My 2024 goals are now my 2025 goals.
Yeah.
And they were my 2022
And
goals.
I just
I feel like that should be like your like Instagram like just bio
It's
right
like,
there. My
scratch
24 goals or 25
Scratch.
girls. Like
scratch the 24.
Scratch the 22, scratch the 23, scratch the 24.
And time flies quick.
Move.
And I definitely felt like, okay, maybe less traveling, more grounding, more self-love, more gratitude, more work on your mindset and stuff like that will make you happy. And then traveling will be the addition to the happiness.
Yeah, like I'm not faulting anybody. Like, don't travel. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, that's
definitely
not the
like, if you have the opportunity, go enjoy yourself. You know, but like the idea that you're gonna find happiness somewhere else, like, is not. It's not something that you should strive to be like. That's where
It's not real.
I
Yeah,
also hear all the travel heads in the comment now, but like, traveling is good. It's just not a replacement for happiness
Right.
because it's like, I think traveling is also necessary in most people's life because
Yes.
that's how you get introduced to different cultures. Also understand that you either have it better than some places in the world by a lot. And you also like, there's differences.
It's
Some things are
humbling.
just different and there's different perspectives. So all that is good to absorb.
It's so funny that you say that. It's like I think about those people that go like Tulum and like in Mexico, and then they just like
Is he, like,
now I'm taking
throwing-
some digs at
Oh,
people right
God,
now.
I feel it,
yeah. Just but like they go to these places and then like like they
Go ahead.
Yeah, they
Fully
just
send it.
they're just like, oh, my place is so bad. Again, not you,
Yeah.
but then they don't realize like the people that are living
The
there,
locals,
just
yeah.
like that are living through shit, and then
Yeah.
they're just
Exactly.
like, oh yeah, my life is terrible. It's like you're crying about something that's not really like compared like you're here, like and
Yeah.
you should be here. Okay, get it, but there's some people down here, and
But this is
Yeah.
why you have to travel though, to see those things.
Like one of the most wild experiences.
Yeah, you do.
I get that, but that's like
No.
I hate that the way that you phrase it because it's like you have to go check out the poor to feel better about
mean,
yourself.
Personally, I didn't have to because I come from little, you know what I mean? But I know a lot of people here, for instance, on Long Island, where they're wealthy.
Yeah.
And they haven't really left Long Island
Oh, of
much
course.
other than go to another state, right? So they
Yeah.
haven't left the country. And they sit there and complain about their life because they have not experienced anything less but what they
Yeah.
have.
I know someone in particular. I'm not gonna say who, but you I know you and
Yes,
I know
I know,
who,
I understand.
like that.
That's-
They've never saw Portum until like they were far older, and then they were.
I'll share a related story to
go
that.
ahead, go
So
ahead.
this was with a different person, but one of my favorite places to visit in the world is Turkey. I've been there a
have to
couple
go.
of times. Love it for so many reasons. But Turkey does have a wide economic distribution. There's some really wealthy people, but there's also some slums for
Yeah.
sure.
Project a little more, brother.
Some slums for sure.
Yeah, say it with your chest. Come on now. Yeah.
And I remember there was this
Titties
moment.
popped out. Titties out. Come on, bro. Titties out. There you go.
This chair just absorbs you. You just melt in it. But so in Istanbul, the capital, it's a beautiful city and everything, but it's like the wildest thing. So one day we were we were walking by the river, and you turn one corner, right? And you're seeing these buildings that are basically just solid like clay concrete type of, just almost like hut light. They're just buildings, but there's definitely no electricity. There's no windows. There's just holes in the walls that are windows, and they have like stuff that is like
hanging
really
over.
yeah, they're like tattered
or whatever.
curtains and stuff. Like they make it the best they can, right? But it's like that is like abject poverty, and it's like I just got off a busy main street that is like bustling with commerce, some beautiful like things and that, and then you turn and now the road is dirt, and there's just this whole little community. You can see inside houses that are dark in the middle of the day.
Wow.
Because it's like they obviously don't have any lights in there. They just have what's coming in from the outside.
Yeah.
And it's just like that is the reality for some people. So it's like I feel very grateful because at least here yes, there is some very impoverished communities here, but at the most you have a pretty good foundational level of opportunity here.
But also to note, some of those people are happy with what they have too.
They make the best, and you could talk to them, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, great! Today's a great day. Actually, it's super warm out."
Because they have so little to be grateful for, they appreciate anything other than they would receive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're already grateful for their life. And if even like going to other countries and you give somebody $5 tip, they're like, oh my God, thank you so much, and here's like expected. If you don't give me $5 tip, I'm going to look at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, again, cultural differences. So to conclude, the travel topic is traveling is very important to open your mind, to learn about yourself and other people, and just
But don't be a dick. All
Don't-
right?
And don't replace happiness with it.
Right.
It is not the key to happiness.
same. I just want to briefly add with relationships. So I've been in so many situations where like things are not going great, and then you get the question dropped, oh, should we go on vacation to like spice things up? And I literally look at you and be like, you think that vacation is going to fix our deepest issues? No. Like you go on vacation, then you end up having great week, right? Everything's great because you're on vacation. You don't have
The highs,
day-to-day responsibilities.
Yeah.
Like and then you come back and you're like, what the
And the
fuck?
foundational problem is you don't know how to operate under stress
Right.
with each other. And so when you introduce the stress back into it, you're again, the
Back
foundational
to
problem
point
is
zero,
how
yeah.
you operate in stress, which is most people's issue.
Yep.
Yes. No, absolutely.
Go travel, but don't look for happiness. Don't think
It's
that
not a
grass is
fix.
greener somewhere else, because grass is green where you water it. Boop.
You can't be happy where you are, you won't be happy anywhere else.
Poet Poe. You know, that's one of my like the segments. Poet Poe, just like coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it like a picture of a
Yeah,
little
no,
writing desk, the
yeah,
writing
yeah.
disappearing.
Oh, I'm gonna
Little
definitely like
classical
come over.
music.
Yeah, exactly. Those little moments, and then like just the writing, just in like fancy calligraphy.
Yeah, the little
It was
Poet
yeah,
Poe.
yeah, by Poet Poe. It's just
I
like
think Vic is
yeah.
more like poetic. Is that a word? Poetic?
I would think he's good to regurgitate knowledge that he's really like
Acquired.
Yeah, books and stuff like that. Yeah.
I need to
yeah,
get back on
yeah.
my books game.
Yeah, not to say that you're not wise, you know, because there's people that read stuff and then they don't care to do anything with it.
My
you know?
wisdom is only thanks to any books
Yeah.
or people in my life.
But I feel like that's everybody's wisdom and
Yeah.
like their
Just
own
tying
knowledge.
it together, you know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the real trick.
Absolutely.
I've been working with so I recently got into a spa. You guys know that. I'm
Into
actually
a what?
into a spa. Like I'm
Spa.
working in a spa.
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 Spa. Okay.
Wait, you did it so quick.
Spock.
Wait.
What?
What?
You did it so quick. I can't do it with the right one. I can do it here.
Live
That's
long
so
and
weird.
prosper.
Yeah. You know, that's just training, you know? Ladies love it.
Yo.
Yeah.
You're
2
something
and 2, baby.
But anyway, I was working on, I guess I was giving a actual facial. See, I stopped right there. I already know how you fucking think.
You know, it's funny. You started laughing. I still didn't get it for a second. There.
Yeah,
and then
sure
I
you
then I
did.
understood.
I was like, I was giving a facial, and I just looked at your face. I'm like, normal type of facial.
Yeah.
To a girl that you guys actually work with.
Yeah.
And she was like, I love Victor and Dee. They're so opposite, but they work so well together.
That's
I was
100%
like, that
true.
is exactly how they
Yeah.
are. And that's why I love you guys.
Yeah.
Love
I feel like I'm going to change the podcast name to the extrovert, the introvert, and the pervert.
I
Yeah,
saw that
Yeah.
the
I think
caption.
that
I
works
was
very
like,
well. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
we
good.
are definitely all different.
Yeah.
And I love it. And
Yeah.
I think this is why.
I'm just trying to drag you my level, both of
No.
you.
It's a tug of war right now. I'm like, come up.
Yeah, Victor, you've gone down a little bit more, little by little. It's taking years, but I've
Oh my God,
I've
stop.
broken that
Coming up, though.
mountain.
You've been coming up.
Yeah,
You gave me the sage
You're
advice
just like,
every once in a while.
Damn it! I'm trying to go. Yeah,
No, I think
But-
this is a great balance. And I also think like the feedback we all get, it's great
Absolutely.
because of the diversity that we bring into the podcast.
Mhm.
Now Victor's a main character. Let's go.
yeah. That was an evil laugh, but okay. Main character energy.
I feel like I do that laugh
Yeah.
often. Now it's Victor's time. Good. I love it.
Nice.
All right. What else is new?
Oh.
Enough
well,
about
you-
me.
You want to ask about you?
No, I said
Oh.
enough about me.
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh.
Good.
Attention of
Yeah.
Paulina.
Yeah. But yeah,
So
you want to go.
Cabo.
Oh, I thought we were just gonna go into Reddit stories. At
Oh, we
this
can?
point.
Do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I
let's do
got plenty of Reddit stories to go through,
it.
and
Okay. So
I'm trying to
send it.
avoid myself right now. Just give myself a couple more times, and then you'll find out a little bit more about me. But
Live has been lifing for sure.
Wow.
For
okay.
you, me, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just saying in general.
Yeah. So
I
mean,
don't know
true.
about Victor, but,
Life
you
about-
know, regardless of what happens to you, just keep your chin up. You
yes.
know. Yeah.
And everything is a sign to make you grow or learn from something. And I don't know,
Yeah.
ever since I've started like looking at shitty things that happen to me as like, instead of being like, oh my God, I'm a victim, why is this happening to me
Mhm.
again? To like, okay, what is this teaching me? Like
Yeah.
there has to be a lesson in here.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I must say, it's been a game changer for
Mhm.
my mindset, for my mental health, and
Yeah.
like how I move forward from the shitty things that happen, you
You're
know?
either winning or you're learning.
Yeah.
Running or you're learning.
You're either
Nice.
winning or
Poet
you're
Victor.
learning.
Oh, winning or you're learning. That's nice.
I
Yeah.
did hear running. I was like,
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
some people
Sorry.
run.
Yeah.
Sorry, I
Some
must have
people
You
mumbled
gotta
run.
that
say it
one.
with your
I just-
titties, bro. You gotta say it with your titties for me to hear
Vic
it.
is like,
Yeah. I'm just no. That's gonna be clip. We're all just bouncing it out. Oh. Yeah. No, but I got some good stories that I
Yeah.
definitely want to hear your guys' opinion on this.
Okay.
Alright.
So you're first.
The first one I'm gonna go with is something I stole from Smosh. So yeah,
Who's
but this is
Smash?
Smosh.
Smosh.
It's this channel on YouTube. Like they
Okay.
do a bunch of like
You're like
you
one
know,
of the OG YouTube
yeah,
channels.
yeah, they're like
you
really
know.
OG.
Respect.
Yeah.
Nice.
And like basically they do have a podcast, they have a Reddit
Okay.
channel, and they also have like just improvisation. So
Nice.
they do a
They're a
whole
whole
bunch of
studio
yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Oh,
the-
amazing. I have to
yeah,
check them out.
Yeah, no, they're great. So a year ago, I, 27 female, broke up with my lying boyfriend, 27 male. Today, I found out that everyone else was lying and he was being truthful. Yeah, I figured you'd like this
Oh,
one. Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
I feel like our audience really loves these types of stories most of all.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, you guys are.
Gotta be a relationship
yeah.
based
Yeah.
or family drama.
Yeah, like with revenge, they love it. They just like,
Oh,
like, oh
Those
yeah,
polls
woman
go
being,
crazy.
being
We see you.
used. Ooh, like the audience just gets off of this. Okay, so a year ago, I was about to move in with my first serious boyfriend, Josh, with whom I was head over heels in love with. When one of my closest friends said that Josh had shown them a new photo of me on his phone when he was drunk during a party. 5 or 6 more of my friends corroborated the story and told me that Josh also talked in extreme detail about our sex life when showing the photo. It was sickeningly detailed. This did not sound like Josh at all. When I asked him, what the what's going on? Yeah, I believe myself. He denied everything. He eventually got very angry and started calling all of my friends liars. At one point, he showed up at my place while some of them were visiting and things got a little physical. It was a really strange turn of events in my life. Josh seemed so worked up, and all of my close friends were calling him a liar. Josh had taken photos of me on his phone, which I know was stupid, but heat of the moment and everything, so I trusted my friends and I broke up with Josh. It was heart-wrenching. Josh begged me to believe him. He started tearing up, nearly punched the wall, and left angrily. I was really grossed out at the time and felt super conflicted. A few months later, I started dating one of the friends, Alex, who had told me about Josh showing everyone the photo. All of my friends were pushing me to date Alex at the time. We didn't really sync, and it didn't go past a few months, but we remained friends of sorts. So today, another friend sends me a message that says he just wanted to get something off his chest. The story about Josh wasn't true. And we're really trying to get me to date Alex. So they made up the story about Josh after talking to a few of the other people, including Alex. It all comes out that they were lying. It was all this fucking orchestrated bullshit event that totally changed my life forever. Apparently, they hated Josh and thought he was bad for me and an asshole. That was my fucking decision, and I'm shaking right now. I cried in the office bathroom for 2 hours afterwards. I love Josh so much. We were planning a life together, and I've been
is
friends with that
crazy.
group since high school. What the fuck? I guess I'm supposed to stop talking to my friends, right? I cannot possibly come back from this and still talk to them, right? This basically nukes my group of friends, but how could I ever even look at them again? Also, I need closure with Josh. Can I call him? Should I call him? Should I unblock him on Facebook and message him? What do I do? And just FYI, before we jump, there's an update, but
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna let your first thoughts go.
Talk
and
to
then-
Josh, first of all. Like,
Yeah.
first thing, just put it all on the table.
It was a couple months later, right? Like she
Yeah,
started
yeah,
dating
she
the
dated
Alex.
Alex, and then after like they fizzled out, they basically like one of the friends that was in that group that
Guilt
said,
got to them.
yeah. I mean,
Damn.
yeah,
This like makes me reflect on even myself because I do have a small circle for that reason that like the more people know about your relationship, the more they're gonna be involved and they're more gonna try to fuck with it. So unless you have great friends, obviously. But I tend to vent to my circle a lot about certain things, and I always try to warn everybody, like, I hope you're not going to be biased. I'm just venting to you because I want to almost get a confirmation whether my response to certain actions in my relationships are proper or am I totally out of place. And it did bite me in my ass a couple of times. So, like, speaking of this story, I kind of feel like the more people know, the less likely your relationship's gonna stay healthy.
Yeah.
If you let the opinions of your friends affect your
Mhm.
relationship, which tend to happen a lot. Because, like, for instance, for me, like, my best friend knows me more than anybody else. So if she looks at me, she's like, "That's not a good person for you," I'm most likely will listen. You know,
Mm.
because she knows my
But
patterns.
imagine that was her closest friends, your closest
Yeah,
friend.
that's
Imagine
crazy.
it. Now you just had a bombshell dropped on you, or just like
Oh,
they all lied to you. The one person
I'm
that will,
canceling
yeah,
every single
I
person.
yeah,
I
yeah,
feel
your
It's
trust
just-
issue,
so
your
bad for
trauma.
Josh.
No, I mean, no, I'm saying, like, if you lied to me about someone because you don't like them for yourself or me, like, I'm sorry, I'm just not going to.
Yeah,
But they didn't
I-
even lie. They manipulated her.
Yeah.
This
Right.
was an intentional plot
yeah.
to
Yeah.
make her
That's
break
sickening.
up
That
with
is
this
the
person.
craziest thing
That was
is
a
like,
manipulation.
how did they all like corroborated into
This is
just
like an
wanna-
evil plan.
Yeah.
I
It's
just-
literally an evil plan.
Yeah, that's bad. I just want to know why. Like, I want to know why they didn't like him. You know
No,
what I mean?
because they wanted them to date Alex within that group. So
Yeah.
it was all them teaming up so she could date somebody else in the
That
group.
is fucking with someone's life.
And
Of course.
they
Yeah.
just, I guess, didn't vibe with Josh. So they were like, Alex is
That's
better. So they
crazy.
just made their own decision. Oh, well,
See?
she's too silly. She doesn't know what she deserves. She
Yeah.
deserves this
I
person.
am at the point in my life, if I were her, I would cancel every single friend.
Oh.
Well, I mean, that's generally what she even,
Yeah.
you know, at the end she was questioning.
Talk to Josh.
Yeah.
Tell him,
Yeah.
apologize, obviously, for
Yeah.
even listening to, like, but hopefully he can understand where she's coming from when
Yeah.
there's 10 people telling her
Yeah.
versus him. You know what I mean?
I'll say just before you read the update is that like I feel so bad for Josh in this because I
Poor
felt like
guy.
Yeah.
I felt that anger that you
Yeah.
have when everyone's like you're like facing this. It's like you
You're
can't
helpless.
prove that you're right,
Yeah.
but it's like I know I'm telling the truth,
Yeah.
and it just hurts to see someone you care about take the wrong side.
Yeah.
When you
course.
can't really do much in that
Yeah,
situation.
helpless.
And
for
everybody's
sure.
gaslighting you. It's
The
a crazy
the
feeling.
gaslighting in this story.
You know, it
is
makes me think
insane.
about the Truman Show. Like, I'm
Mm.
not sure if you've ever seen it.
Mm-mm.
It's been a while,
pretty-
but
yeah, I love that movie. It's one of my
So
favorite
good.
movies. Basically, this guy Truman, played by Jim
Jim
Carrey.
Carrey. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's basically put in this world, all cameras and everything, just a movie basically or TV show
Mhm.
of his life since he was a baby, but he doesn't know everybody around him is an actor and all that. So since he was born, like he's just been this child that's been groomed like to whatever the
Like
execs wants. Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, like he got little tidbits like of truth being told to him, so he started questioning, and obviously not ruining the plot, but you know he
Have to watch
It all
Yeah.
unravels.
yeah. But it's a one of Jim Carrey's best movies of all time. Definitely
a
one of
great
my
concept.
favorites. But anyways, the update comes in. Even though everyone seemed to think this was a terrible idea, I sent Josh an email on Friday. I copied it here.
Email.
Josh, I don't know if you're still connected to anyone on Facebook, but if you are, you probably already know why I'm sending you this. And I know it is totally unfair and selfish to contact you, but I cannot imagine going through the rest of my life without apologizing. So before I say a bunch of embarrassing things, more than anything, I want to say that I'm sorry. I did not trust you. I am sorry I let other people decide our relationship. I am sorry for what I put you through, but I figured this might be my only chance to say this. So here comes the really lame, embarrassing stuff. I spent the past day thinking about the past year, where I would be if I had believed in you, what my life would be like. Would we be engaged? Would we be married? I'm not over you. I want to try again. I'm not asking you to marry me, but if you ever find yourself thirsty, I would love to buy you a beverage of your choice. I want to talk to you again. I miss everything about our relationship. I miss you getting annoyed when I stole your french fries. I miss fighting with you over money. I miss making
Damn,
you
she's working
breakfast.
hard.
I miss watching The Office. That's the ultimate love right there. When you
Yes,
just watch
that's
The
it.
Office with
That's
somebody with you over and over.
Bringing all the emotions and
Yeah.
memories back.
I miss you. My information is still the same. I would not blame you if you ignored and deleted this. Just know that I am really, really sorry. So I
Amen.
sent it and tried to take my mind off of it. Just writing it and sending it was extremely cathartic. I spent Saturday morning sitting around watching old movies when someone rang my doorbell. Assuming it was Amazon, I ignored it and waited for the delivery driver to leave it so that I could sneak out and grab the package. I was in my robe. After a minute or two, I walked over to the door and looked through the hole. It was Josh. Obviously, my heart leapt into my throat. I had been compulsively checking my phone for a response, but I was not expecting something like that. Everything in my house, including me, was pretty disheveled. I cracked the door, smiled, said hi, and told him that I had to get dressed really quick. What a terrible interaction. So I ran around my place, throwing shit into corners, pulled my hair back, found something to wear, and went back to the door. I'm here for that beverage, he said. I only had OJ and water, which was pretty embarrassing, but Josh stuck around anyways. He didn't ask many questions, really. I started to talk about the nude photo incident, but he said he didn't really care to talk about it. We both know all the details now. The conversation eventually grew a bit aimless, and we were just talking about old times. It was wonderful. He asked if I was hungry. I wasn't really, but of course I said I was. We went to a nearby burger place that we used to go to all the time. He asked whether or not I had dated Alex. He didn't seem too upset by my answer. I asked him if he had dated anyone. He had a 6-month relationship. She sounded great, but I didn't pry. When we got back to my place, Josh asked what I was doing for the rest of the day. I don't have any plans. We spent the rest of the day together. Then that night, it's totally stupid to move that fast, but I'm not going to spend much time worrying about it. I'm feeling happy. We spent part of Sunday together too. Then Tuesday and Wednesday, we discussed what we were doing. 2 single people dating each other was the consensus. Exclusive? Yes. I think the world of him and will always regret what happened. No matter what, though, I'm extremely happy I sent the letter to him. I'm interested to think that if I had actually done what everybody accused him of, and then I took him back, I would probably have trust issues. Now, obviously, I trust him to the core. He would tell me the world was flat, and I have trouble questioning him. Just a weird thought I've been having. So that's the story. We are together again. Will it work out? I hope so. No matter what, things are better today than they were last week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I do think that she
her.
overcompensated a little with that that last little bit of just like, nah, I'm gonna trust him anyway. Like, you know, it's just like it's good where you are. I'm happy for you, but you know, it's just like,
But
know,
also from his
he was-
perspective, it's like she trusted 10 other people over me. I'm gonna have a little trust issues, I feel like. And I'm gonna just be like, oh, is she actually committed to me? Is she actually gonna trust me next time I say something? Or is she gonna
take everybody else's side?
Right.
Well, I mean, like I obviously I think he's taking that chance and I'm happy for him. And I think that he understands the situation because like he was there when they were like, nah, he's the liar. I'm not lying. Like all your friends are lying right now.
That's
and like
so
exactly.
terrible.
So when he's now saying something, it's mostly like he's proven that he's been the trustworthy.
Truthful. Yeah. I think it's like it sounds to me like they're just starting over. Yeah. Basically, it's just like, hey, we're just 2 people who are just starting to date again. You know, and I think that's the approach. It's like I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And the only wild thing I would say is she started that with like, despite everyone's comments saying to not message him. I was like, what are these people commenting?
Yeah.
Just own up. Everyone's like avoiding accountability.
Well, I mean, like they were just like, you know, worried about like what it might impact him. You know, because at the same time, luckily it turned out positive. Yeah, but you don't know that.
But you know, if you know, I would at least, if they're not gonna turn back positive, as the person who ended off on the wrong side of things, to learn that at least she figured it out. Yeah, and you know, and that got resolved. That's closure to me.
Yeah,
I've been in a similar situation.
I think you're putting yourself too much in that situation because there are people out there that. Nah, I don't want to know anything else.
Really?
Yeah. There's plenty of people that just like, they become so vindictive that like, they're just like, nah, I know.
That's just not the healthy way to do it.
No, I didn't say it was.
I'm going from the perspective that it's the better way.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it's just like, this is some people. Like, you know, not every story ends up like that. Unfortunately.
Of course.
You know,
I mean, regardless of the ending, if he never responded, I still think it's better to
No, I mean, like, I do think so too, at least for his closure, for him to just feel good.
Yeah. She'll feel guilty not saying, like, I'm sorry.
I do think, like, you know, she should have started it off a little bit slower. Just personally to me, is like, you know, just the apology would be nice. Like, and then, like, I understand her saying all that, like, the embarrassing parts. So it's nice of her to, like, go out that further because some women, you know, they're just, it's hard enough to get an apology out of somebody sometimes. And that's not a dig at anybody.
Yeah.
But
all is well that ends well.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's my story.
Cool. I got one. It's funny. It's also a similar dynamic of friends versus boyfriend.
Okay.
Let's
Just
see.
say it with your chest, though.
Say it with my chest.
Say it with your titties, you know?
Okay, here we go. am I the asshole for wanting to break up with my girlfriend because I was a dare date?
Dare date?
Ooh, yeah, like
What does that mean?
dare them. I dare you date that person.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yep. So, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Spicy.
Yeah. Spicy.
Okay.
I just said that.
N-
Now I'm gonna say spicy.
Okay, here we go. Never thought I had to use this old account, but I'm really stuck and need some advice before I potentially nuke what has been so far a great 8th-month relationship. So, for a quick background, my girlfriend, who's 24 female, and me, 27 male, have been dating for around 8 months now. I first met her at a funeral of all places. I wasn't close to the deceased. They were a friend's uncle. I was just along to keep him company. In any case, I wasn't particularly sad looking at the funeral. I was talking with a family friend and smiling, which she noticed, and then made a pretty morbid joke, asking if I put him in the casket. It was so blunt, I just kind of snort laughed.
Jesus.
And we got to chatting all afternoon, ended up with her number in my phone by the end of it. She was funny, witty, pretty, and genuinely a fun girl to be around. So, of course, I took a chance and asked her out, which she accepted rather eagerly. My ego was through the roof at that point. Little did I know, I came home a little earlier from work last night. Okay, present. I was covering a shift, and the bloke I was covering came in anyways, so they didn't need me for the 8-hour shift. Anyways, I came home earlier than planned and overheard my girlfriend laughing with someone on the phone. So I was about to surprise her with a little jump scare when she said, and I quote, "I never meant for this whole thing with my boyfriend to last so long. I never normally date someone like him." Then she spotted me. And shortly after saying that, I admit I made a noise. I can't even begin to explain that, but she heard me. And then I never seen anyone go that pale before. She was all wide-eyed and teary and quivering lips. My girlfriend then spent the next hour or so confessing that she never actually planned to date me. But once her friends found out that she had given me her number, they found a pic of me online and apparently found me so hilariously unattractive that my girlfriend just had to fake date me for a week to give me hope.
What a bitch.
I wish I was joking, but her friends and apparently my girlfriend are all still stuck in their mean girl high school phase. My girlfriend agreed, but I guess apparently forgot about it because we've been dating for 8 months now, not 1 week. She told me that she was stupid for agreeing with it and that I was a really good bloke and that she really did love me, but she never expected to actually feel that way about me. Why? Because I'm not her usual type of guy. When I asked her to elaborate on that, she mumbled that she didn't initially find me attractive at all, but after dating for a few weeks, she stopped caring about my looks altogether. I admit I sort of lost my temper here and called her an immature waste of my time. I told her I wish she just dumped me after a week into dating because to find all of this shit out 8 months in when I cared about her, I loved her, I was a fool. I'm staying with my mom currently at the moment because I need space to think and vent. Would I be the asshole if I just dumped my girlfriend for this? So there is an update.
Okay.
But I'll leave with initial reactions for right now.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, he wouldn't be an asshole for dumping her, but yeah. I mean, at that point, it's like you're just devastated. I would be okay with just dumping her and just moving on. I think that would be for the best. It's just like if you can find, like, I hope that she learns something, and I think that this is something that has been taught to me recently. It's just like sometimes just teaching somebody, the best way to teach them is by leaving them.
Let them go.
Yeah, and then just letting them learn. Just like now it's just like, yeah, maybe I wasn't that attractive, but now it's like it's not about attractiveness. It's
No.
about like if you guys blend well together,
energy,
and now you
yeah.
lost a good love just because of your behavior, and hopefully that teaches you your group of friends are also just
Mm.
really, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Terrible.
they're just horrible people. Just like to judge somebody just on looks.
I just
Yeah.
hate when people waste each other's time.
Mm.
So like the initial thought behind her entering into this relationship or like the whatever dating scene with this guy that was supposed to last only for a week, like why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting his time? Like why? Like
Yeah.
do you not have better things to do with your life but to go and fuck with someone's emotions and feelings?
Yeah.
Because you know, like I've been in positions where like I went on 3 dates within a week and a half and I already knew whether I wanted to date someone or
Mhm.
not. So like a week is a long enough time to maybe not get to know someone, but like at least have an idea whether you want to
Mm.
pursue that person or not. And like this guy seems so invested. So
Yeah.
and then to hear like, oh yeah, or initially I wasn't attracted to you, and then it kind of like love outgrew my eyesight. I don't
Mm.
even know how to put it together in words, but it's just like no one wants to hear it. So I agree with you. I would let her go.
Yeah. I will play devil's advocate in this. Just
Oh, you
because
know
my-
the story. Give us the update.
No,
So-
there's no conclusion on the update.
Oh.
It's just a little bit of a continuation.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But my reaction, regardless of the update, is still like the thing was supposed to be for a week,
Mm-hmm.
but she stayed, and
Yeah.
it's 8 months later. So obviously, yes,
She
the whole
became
thing.
a better person.
Yeah. And she actually like fell, and everything after that week, honestly, is genuine. She wanted to stay, and it's
Okay.
been 8 months later, you know.
Yeah.
And like she said, so I'll read the update too to add to it. Wow, okay, didn't expect this much feedback. Blimey. This guy British or
Yeah,
something?
he is
Bloke?
British. He is definitely
Yeah.
British.
So I've turned my phone back on and it's a mess of text messages, voicemails, and missed calls. I've only listened to a couple, but she's absolutely sobbing her heart out, pleading for me to come home so she can explain. Nothing from her friends, mind you, just her. Says it all, really. No idea what to do. I still feel like rubbish. But with all that being said, like I said, everything after that week is
That was
genuine.
it. That was it.
That was
though?
the update.
Oh,
You know,
he didn't say what he's
nothing
gonna do.
happened after that. I mean,
Jesus.
as far as
Yeah.
I know, the story was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's
So,
fine.
Recent.
So
so
was life.
I don't know. I would still be mad off the
Yeah,
initial
no,
interaction.
listen.
So I don't blame him for
Yeah.
if he does decide to dump her.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
also wouldn't blame him to talk it out
Oh
with her.
no,
either.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You're strong
I mean,
for
8
that.
Yeah.
months is
Yeah.
like long enough time to like build
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
foundation.
But
of
definitely
a
it's like
relationship.
taking that time to like let the
Yeah.
emotions subside and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, I need to hear from you.
Right.
Like what changed this and that, because
Right.
it's like, okay, can we move
Yeah.
on to this? And he has to
Well,
decide it himself if he
Yeah,
feels.
no, and I think just from my perspective, it's like I have been more than kind enough to people that have like did something wrong to me,
Mhm.
and I've given that patient, and that's fine and all. My question though, within that though, is are you gonna leave that group of friends?
Yeah, that's the
that's-
question everyone in the comments
yeah,
has. It's
yeah,
like,
because,
yes,
like,
everyone's like, it's
yeah.
either the friends or him at this point, or her.
because like
It's friends or
it
her.
it doesn't make sense. Like, are you gonna like that? That's where the proving to me
I wouldn't
goes
even
to.
want to be
yeah.
as him. I wouldn't even want to be around these friends. Like
Oh,
I don't know
yeah,
if she
yeah.
brings
Not
them.
at all.
No,
But like you
yeah.
just you
Yeah.
kind of have to choose
Yeah.
choose here. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, because then it's like I don't know if they like me or not. Period. It's
and
just
it's a
a-
respect thing. I
yeah.
feel like a man needs to
Yeah.
feel
But-
respected. and
but at the same time, I understand. Like I'm not a vile human. It's like I understand that you're friends,
right.
but this is my choice right here. It's just like I don't trust them for anything. They seem like
And you shouldn't
tr-
either.
yeah, trash human beings. You can decide to be with them, but I would hate to also impose like something like that to that. Like I never like imposing decisions to people, like ultimatums or anything like
Right.
that. That's why it's just like my
Yeah.
decision is just like
I think
Yeah.
also another question is like to her, it's like, is this something you think it would be a fun idea to do again in the future to someone else or for your friends to do? Because it's like, have you grown
Yeah.
in like understanding that this is a wrong mindset to have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there is nothing humorous or enjoyable about, like you said, wasting someone's time playing with their emotions. And it's like,
Manipulation at the end of the day too.
even though you found something that you enjoyed after this, you know,
Mhm.
do you think like if your friends were to go do that, would you condone it? Would you be laughing about it? Because
Right.
someone pointed out, and I agree, it's like that convo on the phone that was happening,
Mhm.
because they're obviously still her friends, is most likely her friends teasing her. It's like, wow, you were just supposed to give him home, and look at you now, 8 months later. Da, da, da. So like they're teasing. So I think the friends are still at that maturity level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sad.
Well, Good story though. But
Yeah.
Poe, hit us with one.
All right. Which one do I want to do?
You didn't
I
pick
have
it yet.
I have a few spicy ones. Okay.
Spicy.
Spicy.
There it is.
Am I the asshole for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her?
Whoa, whoa,
Oh.
whoa.
Spicy.
Whoa.
All right.
Wait. Read that one more time.
Am I the asshole for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her?
Okay. Now I understand it fully.
Okay.
Yeah.
I, 55 female, have been married to my husband and my daughter's stepdad, 63 male, for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
My 23-year-old daughter and I have a complicated relationship. She has been diagnosed with dissociative and identity disorder. She has a lot of trauma from watching me and my husband's horrible marriage go down and was bullied in school. When she told me she was being bullied by peers, my view that all children are innocent really tied my hands because I told her that if I said anything to them, I would be an adult harassing a child. She has blamed me for that ever since and keeps referring to this one time where the kids at school called her trash due to the fact that she wasn't taking care of her hygiene due to depression. Part, not all, of my response was telling her to take a shower and bought her new clothes. The bullying finally ended with an expulsion, I guess expulsion.
Expulsion.
And a suspension for the ringleaders. She still throws the fact that a school clinic volunteer told her that if she was their kid, she would have permission to punch back if administrators didn't do anything. I thought that having her live with me while she finishes school and gets a job would help heal some childhood wounds if my second husband and I modeled a healthy relationship. However, my daughter now doesn't get along with my husband. She's a very introverted, creative person who likes immersing herself in escapism. So she would get annoyed if she was eating alone, and my husband would sit across from her and eat, saying she ate later so she could eat alone. However, my husband started acting distant from me, and my daughter complained that his eyes lingered for too long. She got very angry, and there was a lot of shouting and slamming of doors. Finally, my husband admitted he's attracted to her and it's hard to be around her all day. Said she was walking temptation and said that's why he was avoiding sex with me. I was so upset to hear this. I don't blame my daughter for this, but at the same time, the situation has become unbearable. Something would have to give, and I couldn't collect my thoughts with both of them still being in the house. So I gave my daughter money to stay at an extended stay hotel and asked her to utilize her colleagues' emergency financial and housing resources they have for students in need. She responded by storming out and telling my ex, who is now circling social media, using it to paint me as the villain of all villains. Good. I'm not abandoning my daughter. She qualifies for those resources anyway, since my ex is unemployed and we are in substantial debt. I just need time to process the situation. Don't want to leave my house to stay with my daughter when I have a marriage to figure out whether or not to save. Am I the asshole here?
Absolutely. 100%.
Terrible. So bad.
No, you're picking your daughter over some dude that can't control himself. Any dude that says, "Oh, she's
no, she's picking the
husband.
husband.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. She's an asshole.
Picking the daughter.
The daughter, yeah. You said
Oh,
she's
okay.
picking-
Sorry. So
You're
she's
good,
picking
The
the
dude.
husband over her daughter.
4 years.
It's
marriage.
disgusting.
I mean, it's longer.
No, that dude is definitely
Like, he's gotta go.
pedophile.
Yeah.
He's definitely got just bad vibes written all over
I mean,
him.
she's 23, the
Yeah,
daughter.
he's not a pedophile, but
like,
he's just a pervert.
Well, how
just
old is he?
pervert.
He's
he's
60,
55.
but she's 23.
Yeah.
He's what?
63.
Yeah, bro. Just I feel like any
Well,
old guy.
pedophiles, like
I know
kids.
that, but
Yeah.
I'm saying this: any old
Still
guy that
no.
can't like control himself with younger women
He's a
like that,
pervert.
they're very close to just like
being
Yeah,
I mean,
just-
she's on the
But yeah,
border of
I'm just
like,
saying, based on the story, strictly, he's
no.
a pervert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
how
just
gross
saying-
is that though?
Yeah.
And like I read this and like I know, so you guys know I used to be an au pair. That's how I
Yeah.
came to America.
Yeah.
So au pair, for those of you who don't know, it's like a live-in nanny. So
Are
I've
you
heard
calling our audience stupid?
no, because
You stupid
no,
motherfucker.
but when I say the word au pair, the
Yeah.
term au pair, people are like, what the hell is
Nanny.
that? Because it comes from French. So anyway, so I've heard stories of au pair, like families, because it's a host family, right?
Yeah.
So the host family has a FaceTime interview with a potential au pair in another country.
Yep.
And based on that interview, they either hire you or they don't.
Mhm.
So I've heard stories of host dads pushing for certain au pairs
Of
so
course.
they can see her every day, so they can live with her, so they can
Yeah.
be creepy. So scary,
lot
dude.
of
And
creeps
as
out
an au
there.
pair who came from another country, like living in a stranger's house alone is scary. Not mentioning having another grown ass male's eyes on me 24/7 when I'm watching his kids. Like, it just triggered me, that story. I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, so bad. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
the
no.
mom is definitely like, what kind of mother are you? And when she had mentioned like, oh yeah, mine and my daughter's relationship is iffy at the beginning of the story, I'm like,
You're
maybe
making
that's
it.
why.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
making
because you're
it.
the
Evil.
freaking
You're a
problem.
terrible
Yeah.
mother. Like, you're a terrible human being.
And the fact that she gave her the money to go and stay at the long term.
What did did the comments tear her up? I hope they did.
So I copied the story and
You
put in
should
like
have
a
looked
word.
at those
I should have looked at the
comments.
comments.
Yeah.
Always the comments.
Yeah, the comments are the gold mine.
Wait, actually, I have it here. Hold on.
Good. Because I can't imagine the
Yeah.
comments letting her live.
I think we're pretty unanimous though. Definitely the asshole in the sense
Yeah,
of
no,
like,
she's definitely
The
because
mother
the
is
guy
a,
is- guy's gotta
it
go.
says the mother is a piece of shit for the way she's treating her daughter now, but I would bet money that her mistreatment of her daughter goes way back.
yeah.
Kick the husband out who can keep his eyes and his penis to himself.
Exactly.
Yep.
I feel so bad for
100%.
that young girl. You are a terrible mother. You failed to protect her. And you're doing it
100%.
again.
Yeah.
No wonder why she has issues. What should have happened is that you send that D-bag husband of yours packing. If it's your house, assure your daughter that you will protect her. And then it says, I desperately hope this is fake. Please, please, please tell me this is made up. You let your daughter down in childhood by not protecting her, caring for her, being attentive. Now you are married to a pervert who is lusting after your much, much younger daughter, causing your home to become unsafe for your daughter. What do? Throw her out and keep the pervert? Great doing there, Mom. You're now 2 for 2. You could have yanked your daughter from school. You could have stormed the principal's office. You could have noticed and immediately gotten her mental health help. But nope, not you. You could have told your husband, ew, yuck, you are sick, and kicked him to the curb and gathered your wounded bird to your bosom and vowed to protect her. But nope, not you. You are the asshole for destroying your daughter's life with your piss poor parenting and self-involved behavior. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
That pretty much sums it up.
yep.
I just can't get over the
Wow.
fact that any man that speaks those lines is just like, oh, she's walking around and like
She's
you
a
know,
walking
yeah,
temptation.
Yeah, like no,
You're
dude,
disgusting.
you're
the problem
Yeah,
here.
you
You're the
are
problem.
100% the problem.
But that's
Don't
like that-
gaslight this situation at all. Even though she's a terrible mother,
Yeah.
he's a scumbag.
Oh, no,
I mean, that's
100%.
just straight up like the whole culture cognitive
Yeah.
and is like,
Yeah.
oh, you can't be dressed like that in public because we can't control ourselves. Like,
Like,
no,
you have
self
discipline.
control.
Yeah,
you have a
absolutely.
mind. You can filter these
Yeah,
thoughts. You
it's
know,
like
Ugh,
Jesus
gross.
Christ, just keep your penis in your pants.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
unfortunately there's entire cultures even with that premise
Yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
Like they should not.
That's a
be
whole
depicted.
different topic.
That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's a deep.
Yeah, but
But guys, thank you for joining us today. It was wonderful to have you here at Cafe Victoria. I hope that you guys come here, have a drink, get some cookies, muffins, croissants.
and next
Yeah,
time we're
yeah.
here, come see us.
Yeah,
Come
please.
chat. Let us know, guys, in the comments if you like what we did here.
But that's it for us. Thank you again for joining us
Thanks,
at
guys.
PND. And make sure like, follow, subscribe, all that good
Please
stuff.
and thank you.
Yeah.